All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Southwest Flavor. Happy Thursday to all of you. Today we have a special guest named Steve Clausen, and he is with White Stallion Ranch. Welcome, Steve.
Good morning, Ron. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, for the past probably 5 years, we've talked about having coffee together and sitting down, and that never materialized, but now here we are. So we kind of get the coffee conversation without the coffee.
That works. I still want to have coffee with you, but you kind of wrote me in, and I thought, well, this would be a good opportunity to sit down with you.
Yeah, I mean, I love talking with you. We just don't get a long conversation. So
well, neither one of us is sitting around shooting marbles during the day. We're both fairly busy people, which I think is a good thing.
It is. It's a really good thing.
So
being busy and productive is a good thing.
Yeah, especially productive.
Yeah, because you can be busy and non-productive.
Yeah. There's too much of that going on.
Right. So tell us a little bit about White Stallion Ranch.
Well, you know, White Stallion Ranch is the largest dude ranch in the entire state of Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Right now, we've got around 160 horses on our 3,000 acres.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, most people don't. People don't. And when they come out there, and we're right off of Twin Peaks Road, right on the other side of Rattlesnake Pass, and you don't even really know we're there. There's a couple of small signs now because there's construction going on.
Yes.
But once you get past the desert fauna there and you get back there, you realize there's an entirely new and separate world back there.
Right. Yeah, it is completely hidden back there.
It is.
From the road, you can't tell what's back there.
It is. I mean, they filmed the Lainey Wilson video, Wildflowers, Wild Horses out there.
Oh, wow.
And a couple of the videos showed the D.R. Horton homes in the background. And it's such a dichotomy, such a change. And it was kind of nice to see that, though.
Oh, okay.
And even Russell, one of the owners of White Stallion, was in the video with Lainey, and he said that Lainey's the real deal as far as cowboy goes.
Okay.
But you get out there, and like I said, we've got a lot of horses. We've got 45 rooms. We kind of border on that luxury experience. And it's a great family vacation. You don't see kids wandering around with their cell phones because there's so much to do.
Right.
And it's such a change for them.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
especially in this day and age.
Exactly.
Right.
And it gets them off of their phone, and it gets them back to doing things that they used to do. Families tend to, after the first night or two, they're having dinner together. People they didn't know before, and they're scheduling to come back together,
right?
Because they like each other so well.
Yeah.
So it's a unique place. It's quite a rose in my area, or in my opinion, in this area. So it's just a privilege to be involved with White Stallion and watch what goes on out there and how they run the place and the attention they give to their guests and the experience their guests have.
Right. When I first started Southwest Flavor, one of my main things was to capture the essence of the Southwest. And I think, White Stallion Ranch does, just capture the essence of the Southwest.
In my opinion, you're absolutely correct. And Russell is really a conservationist.
Okay.
And he goes out of his way to do that. Like I said, we've got 3,000 acres there.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot to manage.
It is a lot to manage,
Yeah.
but between him and his brother Michael, they do, I think, an extraordinary job. They're coming up on their 60th anniversary in October.
Wow.
And that's 60 years of family ownership.
Okay.
And they're remodeling the lodge, and they're just really polishing the ranch up. And people are worried that they're going to lose some of the essence of the ranch. And I've seen the remodel; they're not going to lose anything.
Very good.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Now, people that live and are familiar with Marana are probably pretty familiar with White Stallion Ranch. Just the chamber has events there. Also, as my kids were growing up, they had Boy Scout events there. We would go out there and have a day on the ranch and do all the different activities.
And again, that's something Russell encourages. And it's surprising to me. We did an event last year with the Tucson Roadrunners for Marana Night.
Okay.
And it was shocking how many people had never heard of White Stallion.
Oh, wow.
And I live right on the other side of Marana High School, which you've got to go down Twin Peaks to get there.
Right.
You have to. And I have neighbors who have never heard of it, and they've lived there for 15 years.
Wow.
So
and they've probably passed by the signs a million times.
They don't even see them.
Yeah.
It's really surprising. But if people knew what a resource that was, and the people that know, when they have guests come in from out of town, they have them stay there.
Yeah.
And which is really nice.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, if you're on the northwest side of town and you have guests stay there, they could be right down the street from your house.
Yes.
Yeah, but even if you're not on that side of town, you could have someone stay there, and then you could go be their guests and do some activities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's so many positives with White Stallion, and the number of people that work there, and the dedication of the staff is remarkable.
Right.
You'll see them work all day long, and then they'll do a wedding, and they'll work until midnight at our event center out in the middle of the desert. And they're smiling about it, and they're happy to be there.
Wow.
They get to be associated with this, and they get to be involved in very real hospitality. It's exciting.
Now, I'm sure that it's because Tucson overall is more of a winter tourist town. But do they have special events during the summer just to bring some people in?
We do have special events during the summer, and because of Tucson being what it is, the prices are a little softer during the summer.
Sure, that makes sense.
They get lowered a little bit, but still people will come in, and the first time guests come in, they want to see that they do everything they possibly can. They want to be sure they ride horses, and they do rock climbing, and they do axe throwing, and they do shooting, and they do archery.
Wow.
And they do
you have axe throwing there too.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Knife throwing. We've got just about everything that you can think of that is a quote unquote Western experience. And the second time guests come there and they go, this is too nice to just sit out, and most every room has got its own patio. So they sit out there and they watch the nature around them. They look at the cactus. They look at Russell's mom's mountains in the background, and they're incredible to watch.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful out there.
I mean, the only way I got my wife to move to Marana is because she got to see Russell's mom's mountains. I mean, and if you understand the history of White Stallion, that's how Russell's father got Russell's mother to move here. She goes, as long as I can look at those mountains for the rest of my life, I'll never leave.
Okay, that makes sense. And we live in a very lush desert.
Yeah, we do.
It's for most part of the season, it's a very green desert and very lively, and there is a lot of animals and vegetation out there.
And when I sit and listen to Russell, he knows so much about this area. From a conservancy point of view, he understands what all the plants are. He understands why they bloom, when they bloom, and what that means. Yeah, and that's enjoyable as well. And he's a walking history book.
Wow. Okay.
He really is.
So you've touched on some of the activities. Is there any other activities that you haven't talked about?
Well, I was surprised. We have an event center out in the middle of the desert, and even when you are, I don't know, have you ever seen it?
I believe so.
The 300-person event center that we have?
I think so.
Okay, and it's way out there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know it's there.
Right.
And it is gorgeous, and when you get out there, really the only thing you see is the desert. And we do a lot of weddings out there, and we do a lot of events out there. Okay. Most every Saturday morning they have a breakfast ride, and people get on their horses, they ride out there, and that's where they have breakfast. It's a fresh cooked breakfast out there. Wow. And right now, coming up on the holiday season, we're booking a lot of holiday events for companies in the area. They want to be at White Stallion.
Right, so they could have their Christmas party there, or end of the year party, or you could even have, other parties that are not corporate, private parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lexus uses us for a lot of their parties. Okay. Yeah, the national portion of Lexus uses White Stallion for a lot of their parties, and I know weddings are huge. Yeah, and rewards that people give their staff, a Christmas bonus. They'll give them a long weekend at White Stallion. And years ago, I read a book, and it talked about your kids forget what you've given them for Christmas by February 1st.
That's true.
But when you give them an experience, and White Stallion is an experience, they tend to remember that for the rest of their lives.
That's true.
I know that my children are both in their 30s, and they still talk about the vacations they went on. They never mention a single gift that I got them.
Right. And that's true. And the younger generation, they are more experience-driven.
Well, yeah, because we finally figured out this is what matters to them.
Yeah.
And when you go someplace like White Stallion, all it is, for most of these folks, it's a 7-day-long experience that's so removed from anything they've done.
Right.
And it's just remarkably different.
Yeah, I've read articles that people in the big cities, Chicago's, New York's, those cities, most of those people have never even seen a live horse.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Which, growing up in Tucson, that's amazing to me.
yeah.
But
exactly. And when someone comes here as a guest, they get assigned a horse for the entire week.
okay.
So they
So they
actually
get to know that horse.
Exactly. They get to know that horse, and that horse gets to know them.
Right.
And horses are pretty smart.
They are. They are so interesting. I mean, they can pick up on your personality, and they can pick up on the mood that you have.
And they do it so rapidly.
They do, yeah.
And so it's kind of nice to see that, and everybody has got their favorite, and they'll leave a review on TripAdvisor or Facebook or whatever, and they'll talk about the wonderful time they had with their horse and their wrangler.
Right.
And it's like, okay, how can a horse make a difference? But it does.
Yeah. I agree. And horses are, like you said, they are so smart.
They are. And with the way, with the horses that we have there, we've got the specific horses for specific reasons. And because you don't want, if you're going to go out on a fast ride, you don't want a horse that does trail riding.
Yeah. Your trail riding horses are usually probably older horses?
They're older horses sometimes.
Okay.
But they're just horses. This is what they're
calmer. They have that calmer demeanor. They don't want to take off.
Yeah, they don't want to take off. They're just happy doing their job. And something that I really love is Sunday is horses' day off.
Oh, okay.
And you can tell by the end of Saturday when they take the bridles off the horses and they let them out into the pasture, they're just playing.
Right.
They're playing, or they're just laying down, sleeping, having a good time.
Okay.
And
they're ready for that rest and relaxation.
Exactly. And we use an entirely different set of horses because for our guests, we have a Wednesday night rodeo.
Oh, wow.
And it's not a rodeo. We're not doing bull riding or that sort of thing. But Russell or someone else from White Stallion explains what the rules of rodeo are, what you have to do, and how you have to dress if you're involved in a rodeo.
Right.
And, what barrel racing is. And Russell's daughter, who is 7, is doing barrel racing now.
Wow. Okay.
And it's just great to see this little girl out there. And she's serious. She can ride.
Oh, yeah. I bet.
Yeah, and it's really different.
Yeah.
It's one of the more unique experiences I think that you can find in Tucson. It's certainly not golf.
That's true.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with golf, but this is not golf. This is something completely different. And the number of guests that we've had, I was from time to time, I'll just stop and talk to people. I talked to a couple. They had been there every year for just over 30 years.
Whoa. Okay.
And, I asked them, I said, so how long have you been married? They said, we're not married to each other. We're a brother-sister. Both of their spouses had passed away. And as couples, they were both coming here.
Okay.
And they just decided to keep coming. They really don't do anything with horseback riding or anything else. They just like to come out there 10 days, sometimes twice a year, and just revel in the atmosphere and the happy people.
Wow. That's incredible.
It really is.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick sponsor break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Welcome back. We're talking with Steve Clausen of White Stallion Ranch. Steve, I'm sure if someone is wanting to plan a large event, there's so many things that go into it. There's all the logistics and just trying to figure out all the details. How can White Stallion Ranch help with that?
Well, it's just, as I was telling you before while we were on break, we had a wedding recently, and half of the people in the wedding were from Italy, and the other half were from Mexico.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the bride and groom lived here in Tucson. Mm-hmm. They figured this was the best place. And they told us what they were after, and they pretty much, that was their total involvement.
Oh,
we handled everything else. We got them from the main ranch out to the event center. We set up the place where they got married. We set up the view shots.
Oh.
We set up the reception area. We provided the staff to handle the reception area, including full bar, small beverages for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
We brought in the caterers for them.
Oh, okay.
The cake, everything was squared away. The bride and groom, to my understanding, their first night was spent at White Stallion as well.
Oh, okay.
We've got people, and there are wedding planners. They will plan it from A to Z, handle everything. So the bride and the groom, they've got enough on their minds.
Sure.
They've got guests coming in. Getting married in front of a group of people, I don't care what anybody says, it's not fun. It is a lot of work.
Right.
I mean, my wife and I got married in our backyard we had 105 people.
Oh, wow.
And
that's a big backyard wedding.
Well, we had a big backyard. We were very fortunate. But it was still, ours was pretty easy because we had all these things planned well in advance. But not everybody has that, especially,
That's true.
I think they had 180 people attend the wedding, and they had more people come in for the reception.
Oh, wow.
And that's a lot to manage.
Yeah, it is.
And if you can just be confident that somebody else is handling all these things, and you don't need to think about it. And this is the middle of our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
People tell us they want to have an event there. And it's like, okay, give us some information. They do. And then we put it all together from beginning to end.
Okay. And then you probably have different packages.
We have all kinds of different packages. You can design the package you want. We will work with you. Maybe it's just maybe it's A plus everything else, or somewhere in between.
Sure.
We can do all of that.
Sure.
We can do all of that. We can provide the views that we provide. They're free.
Right.
Right. The views are free. Parking is free. Beyond that, what else do most people need? I've talked to people, they'll just stand there and they go, this is my favorite spot in the world.
Oh, wow.
They're looking out on Panther Peak, and they love looking at it. And that's part of the event that most people don't necessarily factor in. But once they've had the event, probably one of the most important things that they hear is the views they had and how we took care of every single detail.
Yeah.
And, when you've got people who own the place, who live on site, and they realize this is their thing.
They live it and breathe it.
They do.
Yeah.
And it's Russell has always said, he says, we don't get vacations, we give vacations, and they give events as well.
Yeah.
And they do an extraordinarily good job of it, and they're on every single detail. I mean, down to the nth degree.
Oh, wow.
One of the things I like about watching how they do it is they ascribe to every detail, and it matters. And the food quality that we have is exceptional. I mean, I hear this person after person. The first night we had dinner out there, my wife was impressed with the number of gluten-free options and vegetarian options we had.
Yeah.
And we can do that for events as well. We just handle it. We just handle it.
Right.
We don't want you thinking about it. We want you to come and enjoy your event. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And that's what we're after.
Yeah. And that's one of the biggest things is just the customer service and just making sure that the customer is satisfied with everything that they needed and wanted.
Well, when you work with Russell and Michael True, the thing that you learn really rapidly, if the customer is satisfied and that's how they leave, you're going to have a problem. They don't want the customer satisfied. They want the customer happy and thrilled and looking forward to their return.
Okay.
And that's really that's what they want to be their takeaway, and it matters to them.
It does, yeah.
And they have team meetings on this. They reinforce it. They spend time with their guests, and it's what's expected when you work there, and it's really a derivation from what we see a lot in the world.
Yes,
and
exactly.
They're on it.
Yeah.
And
so it's a culture. They've created a culture out there.
Well, no, they've reinforced the Western culture that they grew up with, that we all knew when we were kids.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's important.
Right.
And they, like I said, they reinforce it, and it's what everybody learns. If you don't know it, you probably don't get hired if you don't know anything about it. But if you do get hired, you realize you're going to need to step your game up.
Yeah.
You're going to, I mean, the way I explain it to people, it's the Western experience that Nordstrom's might give.
Ah, okay.
For those people that remember Nordstrom's.
Yeah, that's a good explanation.
And it really is how we do things.
Yeah. So we have the holiday parties coming up because we are getting a little bit closer. We're at the end of the year, getting up to the last quarter of the end of the year.
Yes, we are.
How would people get a hold of you guys to start inquiring about holding their holiday parties there or some different events that they want there?
Well, there's a couple different ways you can do it. To start with, if you've never been to White Stallion, we're at 9251 West Twin Peaks. Like I said, if you go down Twin Peaks, it's right on the other side of Rattlesnake Pass. We've got two small signs because there's road construction going on.
Right.
And so we would encourage you, call. Let us know when you're going to be out. We'll take you on a tour.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and once you get done with the tour, it's going to be all over but the shouting because you're going to be going, look at that view, look at that view.
It's going to sell itself.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. And if you don't want to do that, you can visit whitestallion.com.
Okay.
And we've got all kinds of images, and you can see videos, and you can understand who we are.
Right.
Because I think that's important.
Yeah.
Who we are matters. And when you visit whitestallion.com, you can look at like I said, the events page and the images page, and you're going to learn a lot about what you're going to see.
Right.
And or you can call 520 wow, the number has escaped me for whatever reason. I believe
I'm sure if we Google it, though, we can.
Well, you can Google White Stallion
quick.
Ranch.
Yeah.
520-297-0252, option 2. That'll put you directly to the front desk.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to reiterate that, 520-297-0252. And talk to Lisa, talk to Carol. Carol has only been there 30 years, so she kind of knows a little bit about the place.
Right.
You know, and she will set you up with whatever you want. Maybe it's just information. We can help you out with that as well.
Sure.
But we are booking a lot of these events right now.
Right.
And
now's the time to book.
Now is the time
because
to book.
it gets filled up.
It does get filled up. And it's like everybody in Tucson, you know, if you want to go, you know, like I said, we have a different experience than somebody else is going to be able to offer. You can do an event at some of these places, but you've got a live horses, you've got a petting zoo. I mean, our petting zoo is pretty cool. I mean, it really is. Things that you don't get to see in Tucson, and you can also see when you visit our petting zoo and you look at our horses, the care that we give to these animals. These animals are important. They're the star of the show.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell they're the star of the show by how they're treated and by how they act. And we've even got free treats for the horses at our front desk. And like I said, our lodge is being remodeled right now, and I expect it'll be open probably around the middle of October. We're shooting for earlier.
Okay.
But we've got treats for the horses. We don't want anybody to give their own treats to the horse, but our treats are designed to reinforce the dietary,
health of the horse.
Right, the dietary needs of the horses. And so we've got those are free. And let me tell you, the horses are more than happy to come and get them. They know when you walk up to that fence, there's probably a treat over there. They're going to come over and visit you.
Sure.
And, when I go to a lot of parties, I would rather be with the animals or the kids.
Yeah.
To me, they're more enjoyable in many cases, less drama.
Right. Yeah.
And, but that's what you do. So if you're interested at all, or you just want to learn more about the ranch,
take a tour. Yeah.
Come take a tour. We encourage that. And we have a lot of people who, once they come take a tour, when they've got friends in from out of town, instead of putting them in a motel, they'll put them at White Stallion.
Sure, yeah.
And it enhances both sides of their vacation.
Right.
And like I said, it creates an experience they're never going to forget. And I promise they won't forget it.
Right. Well, Steve, thank you so much for coming on today.
I appreciate
it's been a pleasure.
Oh, it has been a pleasure. And let's do that coffee real soon.
We will.
Okay?
We will. All right, let's take a quick sponsor break. We will be right back in just a couple minutes.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here. The kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
All right, welcome back to Southwest Flavor. Our next guest is Meme with We Care Tucson.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you
welcome
for having
back.
me.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's so good to have you here.
Oh, yeah, and we have lots of exciting stuff happening since the last time we were here.
Well, tell us a little bit about that.
So, thanks to a grant, we are doing a workforce development.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which we'll do a pilot for it with about 6 interns starting the end of October, where they'll learn how to do tech and repair and all that.
Oh,
but in addition to that...
And that's on computers, right?
On computers.
Okay.
Right. And in addition to that, though, they'll get training in the soft skills, like how to do interview, how to do your resume, but also financial planning.
Nice.
Yeah.
So some budgeting and some financial planning.
And also a lot of these kids would have never filled out all of those tax forms you have to do.
Okay.
And that's very intimidating,
Yeah.
even for some of us that have done it for a while. So
Sure.
we'll get training on that. And they'll do mock interviews with people in the industry. So we've got lined up some businesses that'll come in and do these mock interviews. And I've also lined up some that'll do mock interviews on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So we're real excited about that. And then we're also going to be launching a high school camp, a tech and robotics camp with a counselor training so that they'll learn conflict management, leadership training, how to work with special needs kids, CPR training, and then they will get a financial component as well that will teach them about how to save for college, how to apply for FAFSA loans and things like that. And then when they finish the 4 weeks of camp, they'll get a certification that they completed the CIT training, which is Counselor in Training program.
Oh, wow. That's so important. I mean, I just had 3 kids, go through high school in the last 10 years. And for the most part, I don't think that they do any of that teaching. They don't teach you how to make a resume or fill out a job application, especially not how to talk to someone, how to interview with someone.
Exactly.
Look them in the eye, stand up and shake their hand, answer questions thoughtfully.
Right. And also, when you train with, let's say you work with your kids and you do it with them,
right.
The problem is they know you.
Yeah.
And it's not as intimidating.
Right.
But when you get someone in they don't know, it's intimidating. And that's what a real interview would be like.
Sure.
And so we wanted to prepare them.
Yeah.
And I thought about that from one of our interns who is now an employee. He'd been through a different program. And he said he'd gone on some interviews before we hired him. And he was like, I flub up. I do so bad. And he goes, I just stress so bad and I'm sweating and all that.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't help him because he's too comfortable with me. But what if we did this for kids? And that's where the whole idea came.
That's a great idea.
And we're excited about it. And the best thing with the camp for the high school kids is this summer when we did the 4 weeks of, 1 week tech camp, 1 week robotics, and repeated it. Each of those weeks had at least 10 high school kids in it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I thought it was for younger kids.
No, it was from 4th to 11th grade.
Okay.
So now camp will be 3rd to 9th grade, and this high school camp will be incoming sophomores to 12th grade.
Oh, okay.
And then hopefully they go through it, and they'll work in our camp too to learn how to work with the kids and stuff. But then we'll be able to hire them the next year
that's
as
nice.
counselors.
Yeah, definitely. I remember way back when I was in high school, I was in DECA, which was a business leadership group.
I was in that too.
Oh, okay. All right. And one of the things, several of the things were, learning how to put together a resume, learning how to do the application. And then they had mock interviews. They brought in business leaders.
And it's so important.
You had to dress for the interview. And then how are you going to actually do the interview? How are you going to answer questions? What's your confidence going to be like? You have to answer with the appropriate answers relevant to the questions and the position that you're going for. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a whole big thing. And then we put a committee together of some business leaders and some people from my board to oversee this workforce development program. And one of the guys on the committee had made a great suggestion that we bring in multiple people to conduct an interview, because a lot of times now these interviews are done with 3 or 4 people sitting in. That is very intimidating.
Yeah, that's what we do. We at my business, the first interview is with whoever that supervisor is. So the plumbing supervisor or the air conditioning supervisor. And then the second interview is usually with 2 or 3 of us.
And that's important. I remember sitting in an interview with 11 people because I had an interview with a board.
A board.
And that was hard. But the worst interview I ever did was I was sitting with 2 other candidates.
Oh, okay.
And we had 5 people interviewing us, and you were asked questions, and each of us had to answer. And I thought, okay, what if you're last? You can see how people reacted. But it was very intimidating in more ways than one.
And that would be interesting because you just can't say, well, yeah, I agree with this guy.
Right. No, you have to vocalize, and it has to be different. Like you thought about these answers and stuff.
Right.
And they were all within, the preview of what the nonprofit had done. But I had never been prepared for that, and I've interviewed with the government, and that's intimidating. So we're excited. We'll have to have you come in as a guest interviewer.
Yeah,
that would be great.
That'd be really good.
It's not just about tech companies, but it's about the interview process as well.
Yeah,
and stuff. And when you do with robotics, a lot of the robotics kids are into fixing and repairing and building, and it's not just a robotic arm or an automated system. So a lot of them would be interested in, the tech side of air conditioning units and things.
Right. And air conditioners are very techy now.
Exactly.
They are.
Name something that isn't techy.
Yeah, there's a lot of technology that goes into these things. My oldest son worked with us for a couple years, but he went to school as an auto mechanic, which is very techy now. I mean, everything's computerized and everything. And after he left us, he's now working at a electric car factory, and he's working on the robots that build the cars. So,
which is really cool. You don't think about that. Oh, these cars and manufacturing plants have robotic arms and all of that, and that has to be maintained and programmed.
Yep, and programmed. That's the main thing, because a lot of times if they're a fraction of an inch off and stuff comes down, things get bent, little arms get bent or out of whack and all that, and then it shuts down that assembly line.
Well, in the robotics camp we did, when they built this little robot, and they had to code in what it did. And it was fun to watch some of the kids who couldn't get it to not do a circle and stuff. And so it is a learning lesson, and coding is a big thing and a big part of it. So.
And that's problem solving too.
Oh, exactly.
Because it's like, okay, I programmed this, I thought I programmed it to go in a circle or whatever, and then it doesn't do it. Why? No.
And problem solving is a lost art, I think.
It is.
So is common sense. I've decided common sense isn't common anymore.
It is. But, that's when I was an air conditioning tech, that was the funnest part was a diagnostic for me. Being that detective and going in and say, well, okay, maybe this part failed, but why did it fail? You know, it's not always just because this part shorted out or whatever. There's a lot of times there's a reason that led to that. So why?
I like that too. When I was in set building and something didn't fit together, I always loved to puzzle out how or why it didn't fit.
Sure.
Or putting a set together, how would it work? And it's a puzzle that you have to solve to make it all fit.
Exactly.
And I love that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And the kids do too.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting that they love the Clue. They were playing Clue because we had these board games for them to play. They like all that. And one of the fun things they loved to do was, remember the game Operation?
Sure.
And that's problem solving. How do you get it? And
not touch the side.
Not touch the sides and stuff. And mousetrap, building the mousetrap and stuff.
Right.
And those games, we were surprised when they liked to play them, but two, they all help in problem solving.
Ah, okay. So it's a team effort then.
It is a team effort, and it's a lot of fun that way.
But things like that, they make sense because, you know, you can say, well, this is the way it is, but why is it like that? And then you get your brain activated. And then if you have a team that's putting it together, each person comes with a little part of the answer.
We're looking at some of the family events we're putting together. There's a couple of they're interactive games that are problem solving but teamwork, and it's about working together. And one of them is finding the 9th planet. And it's this whole long thing, and we're going to be doing that in the spring.
Oh, cool.
And stuff, but right now I have staff testing it. So we've come together to play it, and it's so fun to watch how some people, the way they think. It's given me great insight onto some of our staff.
It's one of those tests. You know, they have those tests to figure out what kind of employees you have, and that way you can relate to them.
I remember taking several of those kind of things. And are you a blue or and everybody going, are you blue, orange, yellow, green?
Or are you a square, a circle, a triangle? Yeah.
Yep. And I'm always more than one.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I've always been like a blue and a green because I'm analytical in one side, but I also have that creative art because I have the drama and art and music side of it.
I think the one that we took, because they ask you, like, first question is, which one are you? You know, and it was like a circle, a square, a triangle, or a squiggly line. And so, you know, circle was like creative, and square was analytical, and and then the squiggly line was psychotic. And both my son and I were the squiggly line.
See, I would be the one putting the square in the circle.
Okay.
Or the circle in the square, you know. I have both sides. I work both sides of my brain.
Right.
But doesn't help any, but I do it.
But everyone has a different thought process. And a lot of times, you know, as an owner or a manager of a business or a school or whatever, you have to herd everyone to get to that same conclusion, but there's some different paths to get there.
Oh, yeah. When you have a kid with special needs, you learn about how to, you really have to work with them because they communicate and think differently. And that, I think, is why I'm able to do what I do, because I've raised a special needs kid.
Okay.
And done that. And it's been fun learning, you know, with watching the kids, because you have all sorts of personalities.
Yeah.
And you learn about them in a short period of time. And sometimes you're trying to pair someone who's very shy and doesn't want to engage and finding the right person from just observation and stuff. So we do a lot of that. And that's part of what we're going to train the high school kids for the, you know, counselor and training program.
Okay.
And let them also work with our camp as it goes.
Yeah.
So.
And anytime that you teach something, you're learning more also.
Oh, yeah. Putting all this together, I've learned so much more. And you think you know, but then you research and do different things, and I gained so much from it.
Exactly.
I really like it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Let's take a quick sponsor break. We will be back in just a couple minutes.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Looking for a delicious meal or a place to cater your next event? Visit Tucson Tamale Market, located at 7286 North Oracle Road. They're a family-friendly restaurant and market offering authentic tamales and local products. Don't miss out on their summer bi-weekly specials. Try a new $10.99 meal special every couple of weeks. During the summer, enjoy their gift card special. Buy $50 of gift cards for only $40. Stop by and see what's new at Tucson Tamale Market.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air, we're in a state of disrepair.
September is here. The kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 and go to picturockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture rocks, cooling, heating, and plumbing.
Therapeutic Ranch for Animals and Kids is an inclusive community empowered and united by the strength of the human-animal bond.
It taught me responsibility. It taught me kindness and social interaction.
We have programs for every member of our community.
I love track because I have 2 daughters. We come out here and get all of our energy out.
Track is my home away from home.
You can make a donation or even become a monthly donor.
Thank you for supporting Track, Tucson's Ranch. We hope to see you here soon.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Welcome back to Southwest Flavor, talking with Mimi from We Care Tucson.
Exactly.
So you have some other events coming up, right?
Yep. We have our next family event will be September 27th, and it is called Light Lab, the Jellyfish Experiment.
Oh, wow.
And it's building a robotic jellyfish nightlight.
Oh.
So it'll be a lot of fun, and remember, all our events are free.
Okay.
So they just have to register online. There's a $5 registration that just holds your spot.
Okay.
And so...
So this would be like an updated lava lamp, kind of.
Right, exactly, exactly. And then we have our first of the year school day out program that's going to be the 8th, 9th, and 10th of October.
Ah, okay.
And it's a combination robotics tech camp. And registration is up on the website as well.
So that's when most of the kids are on fall break?
It's fall break.
Okay.
And fall is the only time that all of the schools have all the same break.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the only time of the year.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, spring break, there are different times and stuff.
Oh, but fall break's all the same.
Right, including Vail. So we hit one of their weeks and stuff. So it's a big thing, and so we're excited to do that. And then we have our Tech Fest. It's a free community event, resources, free activities for the kids, and we provide lunch for the kids as well.
Okay. That is important, you know, to help feed the kids, during their camp.
The camp and even on like a Tech Fest, because a lot of these kids don't get food during the weekend.
When they're not at school.
Right. You know, they may get one meal, you know, so to be able to provide that, and they love it, and it's really great. We have served on average about 200 to 250 free lunches during the Tech Fest.
Wow.
And
That's
so,
fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. And we get sponsors for that and to help provide and cover the cost of it.
Okay.
And resources we have a resource fair there too, and the resources are a lot of the community partners we have, a lot of community agencies dealing with technology, but also dealing with regular resources of like, can't pay your electric bill, where do you go?
Right.
The library is resource. So it's kind of a great event, and it will be our 4th time. We do it twice a year, October and April. And October is digital. That first week of October is Digital Inclusion Week, but October is Technology Awareness Month.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. And then you have one more event that you wanted to talk about that has limited space?
Limited space on December, I think it's December 6th. It's that Saturday, first Saturday in December.
Okay.
And it is another family event where an adult and a kid come together, and they are going to build their own gaming PC, and it'll be the hardware in the desktop, and they'll get the monitor, the keyboard, and the controllers.
Wow. Okay. Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas.
Fantastic.
And we help pay for all this by our Picklelicious Jingle Jam, which is December 12th, 13th, and 14th. Sorry. Shameless plug for...
No, that's why you're here.
Exactly. Picklelicious, it's our 3rd year of that, and we partnered with the town of Oro Valley.
Okay.
And it's the Oro Valley Picklelicious Jingle Jam. And we have a lot of deals with hotels. You can stay in town or stay up in Oro Valley. It's going to be at the rec center, and there's so much information. It's a big deal, and you can look and hunt and find our pickle man.
Ah, okay.
We have a hunt for the pickle man is around town, and you can get in on prizes and things like that and find it. All that's up on our website at thepickeliciousjinglejam.com or at wecaretucson.org.
Fantastic. And how else can we help you? If someone wanted to be a sponsor for maybe one of the camps or to help feed the kids at the camp?
We have sponsorships available for all of our events, whether it's camp, our workforce development program, Tech Fest, even the Picklelicious Jingle Jam. You can have the pickle man hang out at your business, and we'll drive people to come and find the pickle man around town. And also another great way to help us is look for that old technology you have laying around the house. We need laptops desperately. We've had a major insurge of people needing them, requests for them, and we're running low on our supply. And so anybody who'd like to donate, just drop by and bring us all that tech you have laying around the house or in that garage.
Yeah, you were telling me earlier that in August you had a huge run on the need for a lot of technology.
Yep, over 50 people applying for our low-cost program and our student tech connection.
Yeah.
So it's a need. And a lot of it is sometimes the kids have access to laptops in use in school, but aren't allowed to take them home.
Sure.
And sometimes some schools don't have laptops for the kids, so they don't have any access to it. They just apply online. There's a little form, and they just come in, but we've had a waiting list because we have run low.
Okay. There's there's so much that that new technology for the kids that they need it.
They do.
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids were doing a lot of homework and stuff on their phones. But when you get into high school, especially in that senior year, they don't allow it. And college doesn't
of course,
at all.
Yeah.
So not only do they not have sometimes access to the laptops, but they also don't know how to use the operating systems as well, because phone operating systems and filing and all of that is different.
Sure.
Exactly.
It is.
And we offer free basic computer classes. And I've had some high school kids come in because they weren't doing things right, and they just wanted some help. You can come in. The first and third Saturdays of the month, we offer free classes.
Oh, wow.
In computer, and you can ask questions. Our guy will help you, and he doesn't care. He's really good. So, we may be doing Apple, but you don't have an Apple, then you have a question for, a PC, and he's happy to answer it.
And that could be, that can translate into job skills.
Absolutely.
Right. Because there's so much, even applying. I mean, a lot of the applying for jobs is digital.
Almost 90% of jobs start online.
Right.
You apply online. But look at Indeed and all those sites, too, are all online.
Yeah.
And you've got to know how to upload your resume.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have to be in the right format.
Right.
And what happens if it's a format in a software program that you don't have access to?
Oh, yeah.
How do you make it so? How are there free versions out there and all of that? There's a lot of things that we don't realize when we are very connected to the digital world.
Right.
And we take for granted.
Take for granted, yeah.
Exactly. And people that are learning, we just I was just on a conference with ASU about that and how we can make digital equity better and get the information into the right hands.
Yeah.
And the biggest answer was not to put it online.
Oh.
If you don't have access to, broadband and you don't have access to the technology, you're not going to learn how to get it online. You've got to reach people where they're at.
Yeah, definitely you do.
Yeah, you don't think about that, but
right.
when you don't have access.
I mean, we want people working. We want people to be part of the society.
Mm-hmm.
And, this next generation, these younger people are our future. So we want to give them every shot that we can to help them be successful.
Exactly. And it's, that's what we're all about. We're all about helping everybody. And we remove the barriers so we don't ask questions. It's not about you have to show that you live in poverty or anything like that. You just need to come in and say, I need the help.
Fantastic. So one more time real quick, how do they get a hold of you?
They can visit our website at wecaretucson.org.
Okay.
You can call us at 520-514-1588. You can visit us at 3029 North Stone. We're just south of Fort Lowell on Stone. Or you can send us an email at info@wecaretucson.org.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mimi.
Thanks for having me.
Always wonderful to spend time with you.
It's enjoyable. I love being here. Thank you for having me.
That's another episode of Southwest Flavor